Hello and welcome. In this video, we will continue with the second quarter industry report on gold from the World Gold Council by focusing on the 2014 demand for physical gold from China and comparing it to their historical demand for physical gold. For the second quarter of 2014, China jewelry demand was 143.4 tons, down from 261.6 tons in the second quarter of 2013, a 45% drop. In the first quarter of 2014, jewelry demand in China was 203.2 tons, about a 10% increase over first quarter 2013 of 185.2 tons. Looking at jewelry demand for the first quarter for each year, we can see a level of increase in the first quarter of 2014 that is consistent with previous years. Looking at second quarter jewelry demand, we can see that second quarter 2014 demand for physical gold for jewelry in China dropped 40% from second quarter 2013. However, the second quarter demand was still fairly consistent with previous quarters. And looking at jewelry demand for the entire first half of the year, we can see that the first half of 2014 jewelry demand is down about 20% from the first half of 2013. But it is still at a fairly consistent rate of growth from previous years. In the second quarter of 2014, gold demand in China for bar, coin, and other physical gold investments was 49.1 tons, down from 137.5 tons in the second quarter of 2013, a 64% drop for the quarter. Looking at bar, coin, and investment demand for China in first quarter, we can see that the total demand in first quarter of 2014 was only 60 tons, down from 134.6 tons first quarter 2013, a 55% drop in investment demand for gold in China year over year. Looking at the demand for physical gold for bar, coin, and other physical gold investment in China for first quarter 2014, the demand in first quarter 2014 was 55% lower than the first quarter 2013, and it was also significantly lower than 2011 or 2012. Looking at second quarter 2014, the demand in second quarter for physical gold for investment in China was down over 60% the second quarter 2013, but the levels are still pretty consistent with second quarter 2011 and 2012. Looking at the demand for physical gold for investment in China over the first half of 2014, the demand for physical gold for investment in the first half of 2014 was 58% lower than the first half of 2013, and about 20% lower than 2011 and 2012. This is a graph of China industrial demand through 2013. We can see that China has shown a decline in industrial demand for gold over the last 2 years. And while the individual numbers for each country have not been released yet, the second quarter report does state that the industrial demand for gold in China has declined again this year as well. This is a graph of China's official gold reserves. We can see that the levels have been the same since 2009, and China has reported no increases for 2014. This is a graph of gold supply from China through 2013. We can see that the supply from China from both mine production and recycled gold is increasing over time and is expected to increase in 2014 as well. While the supply data for individual countries for 2014 have not been reported, the second quarter industry report does state that in 2014, the supply of gold from China has increased at the average rate of growth for that country. There has been a drop in the demand for physical gold for investment in China for the first half of 2014 that mimics the drop that we see in Gold Eagle demand from the U.S. Mint, and also mimics the drop that we see in overall demand for physical gold for investment. With an apparent slowdown in jewelry demand in China, an industrial demand that's declining for the third year in a row, and an ever-increasing supply of gold from China, it'll be interesting to see what the second half of the year will bring for China gold demand. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.